Pic.Think. Pic.Think in free media. In free media. In free media.
Good to go. Alright. So, welcome back, guys. How are we? Well, of course.
Good. It's been a while.
40 minutes to be exact. So we just finished watching another episode of Messiah, episode 6. So this episode is Pic.Think TV, Messiah 2020. I think it came out on the 1st of January 2020. So I think that is it for introductions. I forgot who made it, but I remember this guy, the protagonist. His name is Mehdi Debi, but I haven't seen him in anything else. But no. I don't know. Okay, so the first question I do have to warm us up is: if you had a list of top 3 TV shows or movies that use artistic or creative license to play with religious ideas or issues, which 3 would you choose?
TV and movie. Or just
if you
TV?
Can't think of TV, then you can put movie.
Because I don't know how many there are that I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't really watched any.
I had a feeling you guys would say that. That's why I had to tell you.
Yeah. I watched, I think, 1.5 seasons of The Good Place.
Oh, The Good Place, of course.
The Good Place.
That was like literally the only one I thought that was straight away. I was like, oh.
How did I forget about that?
Yeah.
I still haven't continued watching it.
I think I watched.
I need to watch it. I think
a bit of season 2 and that was it. I was really thinking. I was just like, watch so many things, but
none are coming to mind.
Not as series.
I know. Yeah, it is a hard one. Yeah, it is a hard one. For me, I was thinking. Even I was struggling with it, so I said, "Yeah, I need to tell you guys."
Yeah.
What ones did you come up with?
Supernatural. Have you guys heard of that one? It's about 2 brothers who are hunters. Is it monster hunters? And then, but basically, then they bring in themes about Lucifer, the devil, angels, and stuff like that from season 3 onwards. It's gone on for 15 years though.
Wow.
Yeah, it's 15 seasons. Yeah, since 2005.
That's good. And it's still carrying on now?
No, it's fine. The final season was last year, I think near the end of 2019. So, yeah, I think that was the last season. I watched up to season 7, then I fell off.
Still a lot of seasons.
It is a lot. It is a lot. Dexter season 6. There was like a theme of. I haven't seen it in years, so I can't recall the story so much. But I just remember that there was a theme of him being like the angel of death.
Okay.
Or him seeing himself as the angel of death, because you know the story of Dexter, where he's a police.
He doesn't have a belly button. Is that Dexter? No, I'm thinking of something.
No.
Kyle XY. I don't know why I'm thinking.
Kyle XY.
Yeah,
that's the one. No, Dexter is he is a serial killer, but he works for the police. Yeah, he's a serial killer that works for the police, but he was trained as a youngster by his dad, who was a policeman, to only kill people who commit crimes.
Okay. This sounds like my kind of thing. Why have I never watched it?
It's really
What's
good.
It called?
Dexter. I feel like Yemi used to watch it.
Yeah. Dexter, she did used to watch it. I remember I used to talk about it.
Alright, I'm going to watch that.
It's a good...
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know. Hopefully it is. But, I don't know. That specific season 6, I remember it was playing around with those ideas. And even Mos Def was in it. You know, the rapper, Mos Def. He was in that season. But I can't remember exactly the story, but I'll leave that for you guys to find out. Then there's Lucifer. I haven't watched it personally.
Yeah, I haven't.
But, of course, we know what that's about.
Yeah.
And
that's why I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
What do I need to?
Then Greenleaf.
Oh, yeah. Greenleaf. Yeah.
I haven't watched it personally, but yeah.
Didn't we say we were going to discuss that? Or we suggested?
You suggested, yeah. And it's still going on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I haven't.
So.
I've suggested that
last year there was a season. I think, yeah.
Both you guys and people in Ipswich were suggesting that to me.
It's popping.
Yeah, Greenleaf. I haven't watched it, but I don't know how much it relates. But Sabrina, people say it's devilish.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
Sam was talking about that.
You like a little bit of devilish in your life.
A little bit satanic, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was a bit put off by that.
Also, yeah.
Because he seemed like he was pranging about that. So I was thinking, you're pranging about it and you're suggesting for me to watch
That's
it.
what I'm not going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch it.
And more than one person was like, yeah, she worships, and there's not sure, like, she starts doing little mantras.
They're like, it's so scary.
That's not,
it's
yeah.
like,
Nah, it's a no from me.
Yeah, then there's a classic, Touched by an Angel.
I've
You guys know, you've seen it?
It was series.
Yeah, a series. It's
Touched by an Angel.
Have you
What's
heard
it
of it?
about?
It's about angels who kind of it's not intercede as such, but they involve themselves in people's lives, but they're undercover kind of in a way that they involve in people's lives.
It's an old series.
Yeah, it's like I think it's 80s, late 80s, maybe early 90s, something like that. So those are the ones I thought of.
I did think it's not really religious though, although it's Vicar of Dibley. It's like it's comedy, but it's not.
Nah,
it's not about really well.
No, that's
from
not
episodes I remember. It's like they are based in the church, and there are episodes around it, but they don't really go into God or anything.
Oh no, they did not.
I don't think so. From what I remember, maybe a little bit. It was years ago, but I used to like Dibley.
That just made me think of what Father Ted, is it?
Father Ted, yeah.
I haven't watched either of them, but that
Never, not even one episode. Oh
no,
my god,
not against it, but yeah, I just
they
haven't
used to be funny.
had the opportunity.
She's still alive, that woman.
Yeah, Dawn French.
Yeah.
I hope so. She's not that
married
old.
to Lenny Henry, is she?
I think they're divorced now.
Are they divorced
for
now?
a few years? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they were married. But yeah, because I haven't watched many, it would easily then have a top 2 of this and The Good Place, because that's the ones that I've watched.
I like Greenleaf.
Yeah, and Greenleaf. And
So
Greenleaf,
those would
top
be your
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I did like this.
Okay, so this would make your 3. I don't know if that is a positive or is it just because the ground is scarce.
It's just because the
It's
ground
the
is
ground is
scarce.
scarce.
Yeah.
Basically, it's by force.
Yeah, okay, so considering that, why do you feel like the ground is scarce? I think it's pretty much, it touches on what we were talking about in the Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, people are afraid to touch on other people's religions, say the wrong thing, criticism. It's just, I think it is. Even the Messiah, I'm surprised to see in now this day and age something like it out, because people are just so sensitive to things. Religion's not something people openly like, I'm going to do that. It's because it just opens up so much controversy. People just play it safe.
Okay, considering that, what was your impression of this series? Even though it is in your top 3, is it still good, or is it just because, like I said, just because the ground's scarce? Was it worth treading on thin ice? This series.
I think it was good the way it was done, because for me as well, it didn't. I don't think at any point he mentioned there was like that much detail from al-Masih himself about Christianity or Islam, right? He just said, "I walk with all." They never went into religion at all. That wasn't the point of it. So it was cleverly done. It was,
Just to let the people at home know, Gladys, she's in the middle of watching it. She hasn't watched all of it, but it should be enough to kind of ask questions. So what do you think, Gladys, about it from where you've gotten up to?
I thought it was, at first I was like, oh, this is so long. But
the concept, or like just when you watched it, like the first episode or 2?
I kind of felt, I don't know, like when I watched the first episode, I was just like, oh, am I even going to be interested in this? Like, is it even going to be like, is it going to be lit?
Yeah.
And then the more I was watching it, the more I was like, oh, okay, so like they're really like, trying it here.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to, I don't know.
What are they trying?
They're trying just to touch on religion in a sense, but they don't really want to pinpoint like a specific thing. And I quite like the fact that they sort of like made it in the 21st century or whatnot. that was what was intriguing me and stuff like that.
Or like it was set in the 21st century. Like what would happen if
someone if it happened now?
Yeah, who is perceived as, and I think this is the thing, is not someone who claims they are.
Because he's never actually.
Yeah, he's never actually claimed he's this or that. Yeah, it's always been there.
Yeah.
And I think that was the powerful thing about it for me, which is why I was impressed about it, is because he never said, "I am this" or "I am that," and it shows that it comes down to human interpretation or their culture as to how they perceive it. So let's say, for example, it's being set in I forgot where it was, but it's somewhere in the Middle East. I forgot. At the beginning.
Was it Syria?
Is it Syria? Yeah, I think it's Syria. It being set there, it was with the lens of Islam. And then him coming to the US, it was from the lens of Christianity. And so then it felt like, he's not saying, "Oh, I'm this," or "You have to follow this religion," or this, that. It kind of came from a thing like, this is how you're seeing it. This is what you're placing onto him. As in, like, is he Christian? Even when you're talking about, I don't know if you've reached this part, like, no, I don't think you have. But it's in the next episode. Keon, you know, the black guy.
The student.
The student. He's in a lecture hall with a few other students. A lot of other students just kind of made an excuse not to go to class. And they were discussing, okay, is this guy the Messiah? And And then it was everyone in that class who was saying, oh, if he's from Islam, then he's this. If he's from Christianity, what if he's Christianity? Then it's not that. And then so then it made it seem as though you're the ones that are we're the ones deciding what he is.
I think that's exactly what even with that clip, the scene, just him walking on water, he said, "You'll see what you want to see." Where he says, "Who do you think I am?" He always passes it back. He's never like, "This is who I am."
You choose, you show us where to go, sort of thing.
So to clarify, Gladys, you were underwhelmed at first, but you kind of got into it later on. From seeing what they were trying to do with it. So, Raveen, were you underwhelmed by the recommendation? Or like when you see the whole
Do you know what? I had seen it pop up loads, and I don't know why, but I don't know what I expected from it. But I just avoided watching it. And then when you suggested it, I thought, okay, now I've got a reason to watch it. But I still didn't know what to expect from it. And I don't think it was this. I think I expected it to have more... I mean, it has a very religious grounding, but I thought it would have more... I don't know, less ambiguity about if it is Christianity, Islam, what it is. But it was... For me, it was just a bit slow. The way that it was told. But I enjoyed it. They kept it going. Like, you didn't know if he was a criminal or if he an illusionist or if he was actually the Messiah. It wasn't underwhelming, but for me, it wasn't like mind blowing.
Right. Like, it was just like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I think it would probably be something I'd probably watch again as well, because I think I would get more meaning from it if I did watch it. Another time paying, like, just missing bits that you like, seeing bits that I'd missed in the first watch. But no, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Okay, good.
At first I thought it would be like a retell of the Bible story.
Yeah, and maybe that's why I just avoided. I don't know what I expected it to be. But no, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was different.
I'm glad that you guys enjoyed eventually. I was thinking, I don't know if they would. This would seem like, might do, might not. I wasn't sure, basically, but I felt like, it would be interesting to discuss because I had a few things that I would want to discuss about this. I was going to say, do you feel like the TV series is blasphemous or creative? So do you feel like them touching on the Abrahamic religions of Christianity, Judaism, Islam was something that can be considered like blasphemous, as in like, this shouldn't be done? Or is it something that's kind of like it's a creative look at, okay, this is what.
I think it was more of a creative look, only because, like we said, he didn't establish, yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't claim anything. It's same as the viewer. It's how you interpret it. Same as the actual individuals in the show. They act as it's what you want to see from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't say that it's blasphemous at all. It didn't overtly put any religion in your face. There wasn't him like preaching. He had followers, but he never said to people, "You come follow me." They chose to follow him.
Mm. What about that scene at the beginning?
Okay,
where he says, when he's talking with some of the people, and he said, get rid of your assumptions about God.
Oh yes, I didn't like that scene.
Yeah.
And then he kicked the other man. I didn't like that scene.
Get a woman to get your seat. Yeah.
As much as I'm a feminist, I thought, geez, is that necessary? Like, I just think that soon as well. Can you expect people to trust you straight away? Like, you've shown up out of nowhere, and these people who have followed you into the middle of the desert. Allow them to have some curiosity. He wasn't having it. But no, I don't think it's blasphemous, and I think it was creative, because the aspect that they had with the CIA also involved, and is he a criminal, that turned things up as well. It was more than just religion. It was creative the way they did it.
Did you feel like it was overcomplicated though? You feel like they overcomplicated? Because you said that you might have to watch it again to kind of get some stuff in. Do you feel like they overcomplicated things by involving so many different characters?
There was a lot. I don't know, like, I enjoyed watching it, but I wouldn't be like someone, you have to go and watch this, it's amazing. Because there was a lot that was just like, didn't need to, like, the storyline with Eva,
yeah.
And her pregnancy.
It dissipated a bit.
Yeah, the student, they didn't finish touching up on him.
Yeah.
Like, so many little things just happened. And then I felt like it was inconclusive.
Yeah.
The way it just...
By the end of
and it was slow. I was expecting to find more dirt on him from the CIA or just something to I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm used to watching such fast-paced, actiony sort of crime-based things that have so much going on that I just expected it to be juicier.
Yeah, it was
but
quite
it was
slow.
So I think they maybe did add bits in it that didn't. I don't know. What do you like with the pregnancy thing? Do you think that was a necessary storyline?
Yes, because I felt like they were touching on certain biblical stories. Like, like they were, when me and my mum were watching, my mum was like, she loved it. She loved it. Yeah. She loved it because obviously we're a faithful family. So, she wanted to binge it. Like, she wanted to watch it constant. And we were just kind of going back and forth saying that, oh, what does it mean for this to happen? Oh, she was like, oh, I want him to get, her to get healed, Eva to get healed by him, and And then I said, the reason why I think what's going to happen is that her conversion experience is going to be when she actually gets healed by him. Yeah. And that stuff. And it reminds me of a Bible story where Jesus was walking through a crowd and he was being thronged back and forth, and then there was one woman, she had like an excess, exactly. She had an excess of bleeding that just came, and so then she said, oh, if I just touch him, then I'll be healed. Yeah. And then she touched him, and then she was healed after that, according to the Bible, according to the gospel. Then, for me, I felt like when he was in handcuffs, when he was in that room, and then he was talking to her, and he said, oh, I can help you. And she didn't. Yeah. It was kind of touching on that story, like, if she actually reaches out, then that's when
I wanted that to happen, but I never did, and I thought it would. I thought he would comment on her infertility, and that would make her believe a bit more, wow, this man does know it, but they didn't get there.
I feel like they did that for a reason, kind of showing the stubbornness of it. Yeah, it's kind of like
she was. I thought, woman, can't you just believe?
But like you said, it's like, would you just believe some?
I know, but she was literally anything that came up. She was like, that was like, do you have to have a theory for everything?
Yeah, she did have to.
But yeah, that is what happens.
So you said that you felt like you needed to watch it again
Mm.
to kind of clarify things. Someone called Brian Lowry from CNN Entertainment, he said that Messiah asked provocative questions without giving many answers.
Mm.
So did you feel like you got this from the series, and do you see it necessarily as a negative? For me, let me just say this before you answer. For me, I didn't see it as a negative. What do you guys think?
I need the answers. Like, I always need the answers. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the whole, we're going to give you up till this point. And then
You decide. Prince.
Yeah, you decide. No, I just, yeah.
I don't think...
Especially for something so slow.
Mm.
It's kind of like, okay, you need to give us the answers by the end of all this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let me just say that by the end of season 1, you still don't have the answer.
You don't have, and that's right. I
won't spoil it, but I'll just say that you're still like,
nothing happened. I thought, what? Yeah.
I would say nothing happened.
No, nothing. No,
I mean,
something
nothing
very important
conclusive.
did happen. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing conclusive. And this is the thing. But the reason why I like it, the reason why I don't see it as a negative, is because
they need a season 2.
This is no, you know what? This is actually like touching on what I was thinking of. I was thinking, could they be doing it just to kind of get you to keep on watching, or is it telling you something about faith and how you will never gather enough evidence?
I was going to say, I don't think it is negative, because I think that's the point. It is to make you think, and you have to come to the answers yourself.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
But also,
sway.
I'm not watching season 2.
You're not?
Yeah, I have to.
Oh, yeah.
I need to know the answers, but then I'm also like, I don't know, man. This could have been done in 5 episodes.
You reckon?
Yeah.
No, you know what? Like,
I just wanted more.
You just wanted more from it. Now, understandably, but I think also because I do philosophy, I think I'm used to it.
Yeah.
I think I'm so used to it because you'd be doing essays and you think, I want to get to an answer, and then you realise that you have to just make the decision, and
yourself.
You can't. Yeah, you have to make the decision yourself. You can't get enough evidence on one side or the other to say conclude. You have to like come off the fence somehow, even if it doesn't seem like what you're doing is right. So, although I wanted to get to this later, I want to ask you guys, do you believe, that al-Masih is Payam Gulshiri? That's his real name. Payam Gulshiri, and so he's just like a magician? Or do you believe that he's the Messiah? Not literally, but in the story. When you're watching it, what would you conclude?
It was, do you know what? For so long, up to a certain point, I was like, he's the Messiah. He's the Messiah. But then when they met the brother and he was doing the other illusion thing, I thought, this trickster, you played me all along. Because it's possible. And then when they realised that Oscar guy was not actually the one that led him on, Gulshuri was the one that came and influenced him, I thought, oh my God, it could be like maybe he is just an illusionist. But part of me, I just wanted to believe as well, because I was just like, the floods and stuff happens and the sandstorm in the beginning. And then at the end, when he brings the guy to life or whatnot, I was like, he is.
So then, it's a bit torn.
Even this guy, when he converts.
Yeah.
And then he drops it. I was,
talking about the guy's name is Will Mathers. He's the police officer that he is gay, and he was trying to run and hide from who he really is. And after seeing his al-Masih's interaction with a prostitute woman who tried to tempt him, then he got converted.
I think he's in between.
I think, you know what I think? I think he is, and I think he is, the reason why, but how do I describe it? Like, I think he's had the background of all this magician and stuff like that. But I feel like he's just using his powers for good.
Yeah.
He started to realize, I think he had a conversion experience.
Yeah.
And realized that if I can use my powers for good, then I'll use it for good.
Yeah.
And try and get people. I saw it like that. That's pretty much it. That's how I see it. And that's what I'm talking about. It seems like it comes down to interpretation.
That is how it.
Is a good way to see it. Yeah.
Because he does and do good, but he doesn't. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I was struggling as well. It's hard to kind of.
He's using his powers for good.
Yeah.
So he may not necessarily be the Messiah, but he is because he's
made himself.
Yeah.
With his He's used his
At the same time, I wouldn't call him that. I'm just using it as like a thing where is he authentic? As in, like, does he mean what he says, or is he doing it for, like, just to play a trick on people? I don't believe he's doing it to just play a trick.
I don't think so.
That's what I mean when I say he's the Messiah. I don't mean as in, like, they mean that he actually does these things, like he walks on water because of God.
Yeah, no.
I think he's inspired by God, and he uses what he has in his hand to do that, like, to kind of change people, which he does.
And those who believe, they change anyway, but it's not him forcefully changing them because they already have that belief there. But I think, he is authentic. But it was because at first I thought, he is the Messiah, he escaped from prison, and then you learn that actually, the guy actually unlocked the gate and let him out. So it wasn't a magic trick. It was very simple. Because at first, how did he escape? How did he get to the US? Like, he must be. But then there was all the science behind it. But I think he was authentic, and I think, like you said, he had a conversion himself and saw the possibility of what he could do if he showed other people what he felt and believed.
So, do you feel like the writers had in their head that they want you to realise, they want to show a mirror? Because you know how he talks about reflecting, like each reflected in each. And he also asked, like, what do you say I am? Do you feel like now that we talked about that, do you feel like they made this series to just confuse and frustrate and get people to just carry on watching? Or do you feel like they genuinely want to kind of show a mirror to the person to say that this is how you're interpreting it? And kind of, in a way, like, they're trying to tell you that life is about interpretation, as in, like, do you see the glass as half empty or half full? There's evidence for both sides. So what are you going to choose? I see it as that, but I don't know if you guys...
Yeah. I don't think it was for views. I think if they wanted you to just continue watching it, they would have thrown in other plot twists and maybe more about a criminal background or something to get people hooked. I think the point was that it is different to other series because it makes you think and look at yourself. So I think it was for us to reflect on ourselves rather than to hook people in and keep them watching.
Yeah, because even like the way the crowd so quickly gave him that role of being the Messiah and stuff, it just makes me think, like, okay, if this is to happen, like now, it's like, would it be a case of us creating that narrative for someone, or would it be like, do you get what I mean? Like, it's just, it just really made me think.
Yeah, it's kind of scary for me, as in that people so desperately want something to believe in, that they're willing to kind of go all out to that. Even though he hasn't said this, that, and the third.
They've just created
and they've created
it. Kind of like this coronavirus.
But no, they did. They all followed him to the church in Texas, and then from there to DC. And apart from in that first sort of scene in the Middle East, he didn't say you must follow me or anything. Even the one for her kid or whatnot, they all just, like you said, wanted someone to believe in. But people are desperate. to have something. Because I did think, what if this did happen now?
Yeah.
Does it come across more dangerous, or does it show the benefits of?
I think now in this day and age it'd be more dangerous. They would just see it as terrorism. The government, not religious people, but yeah. Well, yeah, I think it would be very similar to how this is. Like the CIA, they think, oh yeah, he's following because he wants to destruct the world or something. And it's like, that's not at all what his followers are there for.
Talking about his followers, you guys did say that you didn't feel like there was too many characters or anything like that. You felt like it was pretty okay. So it maintained focus?
Yeah, apart from this guy.
Oh, like you felt like some of it trailed off, or it didn't make sense.
It trailed off,
and they didn't kind of make it.
They didn't make the links of why they make with the young student. You then find out that Eva did work with the uncle who was in the CIA.
Yeah,
but that's it. That's it.
I did feel that as well. I do have to admit though, I did watch the series and then I skipped episode 7. By accident.
Oh.
And then, I don't know, Netflix just does these things. And then, I missed it. And then, I missed it. And then I still got what was going on. I just basically missed the meeting of the brother. I missed that episode. And then, so then I got to the end and I watched it again. I was like, wait, what, another episode? I missed this whole episode. Makes sense. That's why, and then I started piecing all these things together.
Yeah.
Then I started piecing all these things together, and then I started realizing that things just started making a lot more sense and made me feel like, oh yeah, he is a bit more authentic. Like this interaction he has with the woman, and the fact that the detective guy got converted from his experience. And all that stuff, it kind of made everything a bit more clear as to what my views were on it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that all the characters were too much. I do feel like they needed to tie it in, but I don't feel like it was too much. I feel like it was necessary because it is all about the people around him who perceive him as such. I think that's the main story. It's not necessarily about him. It's more about
how the others. But I feel like there weren't too many characters, but he didn't give enough on the characters. Not just his student, but even with Rebecca when he was like, I came for you.
Oh yeah.
What just to do the speech or like what was her? Yeah, you don't really find out what was her calling because she only did that one talk in front of the church, and that was it. It doesn't take you anywhere. This is why you chose Rebecca. It doesn't.
Yeah. I did feel that kind of frustration, especially like even when like he went willingly in that car. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand why he went.
Maybe because he knew how it would end. He wanted to not convert the other guy, but on the plane, even when it was crashing or whatnot. Sorry, that is.
Wait, when he went in the car when he came out of court or whatever.
No, that's it's different. Yeah, it's a different scene.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I'd like to know more about the mum and her alcoholism. Well, we sort of get it.
You get it.
Yeah.
I think
Reverend, that is.
The thing for me is like with Stacey and her daughter, the fact that he was just in the room with her and then he was just...
He didn't heal her.
He didn't heal her. And I feel like that's the...
reality.
The reality of it, as in like, why is it that God saves some people and not others?
Yeah, that's what I felt. I thought it was her time.
What, the little daughter?
Yeah.
Did she die?
This episode? Yeah. She dies in the next one. And so, you start thinking, why is it that some people are saved and not others? And I was even talking to my mum about it. She was like, what was he doing in there? I had to tell her my interpretation. I saw it as he was meditating and he would try and do something for her if he could, or if he got the inspiration to do it, but he couldn't.
It wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, so he didn't do it. Yeah. So, or it could just be, but he did heal that other guy. I was going to say, maybe he's a magician and he can't heal people.
Oh yeah, he did heal the little boy.
But he healed the little boy that got shot. Unless that was a charade. But then he couldn't make a charade out of that.
He got shot though. How did he? Yeah.
But did he?
That's the thing.
We saw the blood, no?
Fake blood. And also, you didn't see the thing. You didn't see the gunshot. The gun that he actually got shot with.
Oh, you just hear it, don't you?
You just hear it. That kind of thing. So it could have been a charade.
Yeah.
So
could have been.
So yeah, that part could have been. So then that's where I'm at right now. I'm thinking maybe
this. Why does the black guy? Why does he hate him so much? What is his name? False prophet.
Yeah. I didn't understand that part as well. Yeah.
With the looting, I don't understand. Yeah, when he's
and he said it in Arabic as well. I was thinking, wait, is he Muslim?
Yeah, and I thought, oh, great, now we're going to understand.
He had the Quran.
He did. So I was thinking,
maybe he is.
And maybe that would explain why he was a bit offended when in the classroom when he was saying, when they said, "Oh, if he's Christian, then what if he's Christian?" Then he said, "Oh, well, it's irrelevant."
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that it wouldn't make sense.
I'd like to know. I think at the end I still was left thinking, is there going to be a second series?
Yeah.
What could really happen more?
Mm-hmm.
Without dragging it out more than it had been.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same.
Well, you'll have to watch it to know.
I don't think that they'll be. Yeah, it just suddenly got dark.
Yeah.
It's too bright.
It's too bright.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what do you feel like the significance of some are reading the Little Prince? Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish I'd finished reading Little Prince. So I could make...
been reading it?
No, I've ages ago, I read maybe the first 2 chapters and then I didn't finish it. But I think if I knew the meaning of the Little Prince, I would be able to answer your question.
I just finished reading it last night and I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Basically, it's what we've been talking about interpretation. So in The Little Prince, it says, the actual book, it says, the stars aren't the same for everyone. For some, they're guides to help them travel. For others, they're nothing but specks of light. For those who study them, they're a puzzle. For my businessman, they were lumps of gold. But for all of them, the stars are silent. The stars will be like no one else's. You and you alone will be able to hear the stars laugh. So that is the Little Prince talking to the aviator, the narrator.
Okay.
And so from giving you that was read in episode 5.
Yeah.
Summer read that in episode 5, near the end. I didn't get it until I watched, finished watching, reading The Little Prince. Samir, sorry. The friend of Jibril.
Remember the 2 little boys in the Middle East?
Yeah.
The one with the shorter hair. He left him.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. So he read that. And so, to me...
I like their friendship.
Yeah, I like their friendship as well. To me, I realized that, okay, it's about interpretation.
Yeah.
So all the stars are silent, like it says in the quote. But it's up to us as to what it means for us.
Yeah, if you want to use it as a guide, or whether it's just a shining fire. And I think that's exactly, that makes sense. Yeah. Do you want to believe he's the Messiah, or is he just an illusionist to you? What do you make of it? And I think that's exactly what happened with Samir and Jibril. Both of them,
yeah. As in, what do you interpret you coming to this point as? Is it that you have to do something here? What is it that you have to do here? Or is it something that you have to go somewhere else? That's the thing. And I think the reason why I'm not frustrated at this series about having to have the answers is because it just reflects how life is.
Yeah.
It's just like, you have to decide. It's all about choice. What do you and that's the reason why al-Masih said, this is what they've chosen to call me.
Yeah.
All the time. This is what they've chosen to call me. And that even resonates with me as well. The reason why I like this series is because that's exactly what Jesus said to his followers until he was crucified. He said, I've been hearing that people have been calling me this, that, and the third. What have people been calling me? And then his disciples say, oh, some call you Elijah, some call you this, some call you that. And then Jesus said to his disciples, what do you call me? And then they said, you're the Son of God, you're the Messiah, da, da, da. And he said, okay, this will be what I'll build my church on. And so he said also to his disciples, don't say this, that, and the third until I'm raised from the dead.
Okay.
And so that's why this series quite resonates with me quite a lot, because I'm thinking that the person who wrote it knows what they're doing. They know really what they're doing, and they're making so many cross references.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think if I watched it a second time, I would understand, I would interpret it differently. And I wouldn't be looking for the answers. I would actually maybe reflect more.
Or inform your own.
Yeah, or I would just, because some of the things al-Masih was saying were so profound, but I wasn't really taking in the meaning of what he was saying. So yeah, I think if I watched it again, I would think differently and not be looking for the answers. But I think I'm interpreting it as slow, but that's in comparison to maybe everything else that I've been watching. But it had to be this way. This is how it is. It is realistic, I guess, in the sense that you don't get all the answers, and it is up to your interpretation. It's going to be different on each person. So I think it was really well done. The more I think about it.
Before I ask the next question, I do want to clarify, by interpretation, I don't mean subjective. That's different. But I don't know if you want me to get into that.
What do you mean?
When I say not subjective, I don't mean it's about whether you like it or not, or whether you find it tasteful or not. I mean interpretation as there's evidence for both.
It's what you take from it.
What you take from it. So I don't mean do you like it or not. I mean there is a glass half empty and half full. What do you see? No, I understand that. But I know some people think interpretation means subjective. But I just want to kind of just make sure that that's not what it is. So the last question I'll ask. It's about when Eva was interrogating al-Masih, and then he said that she's very devoted to her job, and to the point of worshipping it. And he says that everybody worships. The choice is about what we worship. And so would you go as far to agree that everybody worships with or without realizing it? And if anything, what would you say is the central object of worship in this day and age?
I would agree.
Yeah, so everybody worships whatever they choose to.
What do you think people choose to worship most now?
The internet.
The internet.
Money. Everything is very money driven. And that's, because if you ask people what do you worship, they probably say nothing, but it is probably money. I need to do this. I need to
get a high paid
job. No sleep. We worship material things. We worship being validated by others and being liked.
Status.
Status.
Money, media. Status. Social media.
Things. The more things you have, all the richer I am. It's like...
and other people, celebrities.
That's true. People, there's some...
People are changing their appearances to look like...
Some people are just...
that's true.
When I hear stories about the Beehive and who else is there? Taylor Swift's, what are they called?
Believers.
All of them. People are, they worship.
It's actually very crazy because I've come across many Instagram pages that they all look like Kim Kardashian. They're all different people and they've all gotten, and gotten bigger lips or they do their hair. And they actually do look like that. And it's so weird.
It's a scary time to just,
But that's a form of worship.
I think I would hate to be worshipped, that someone to start looking like me.
Yeah.
What?
No, I find that weird.
That's weird.
I find that so weird.
Get out of my life. Like, what?
Literally.
Yeah.
I'd even hold a mirror to myself and say that I have to be careful not to worship the diet that I'm doing. This whole vegan thing, because it's like I need to realize that it's more than that. It's not about that. Remember, Gladys, you know when you asked me, do I have I tried was it the KFC or the McDonald's one? The KFC vegan thing. I said no.
Do they have one?
Yes, no. They do. All the vegans at work are just like, oh, KFC vegan burger.
Yeah, but if you're a vegan, you're not going to. If you,
this is what I'm saying. Is
I just wouldn't. Yeah.
Some people like worship that the label of it being vegan as if that's what you're supposed to aim for. Yeah. For me, I need to recognize that that's not what I'm aiming for. Yeah. It's not just about the label. It's about the fact that it's health for personal reasons that I'm aiming for. So if something's vegan but it's full of sugar and all this stuff, full of rubbish,
doesn't make any
sense. It's not better, and it's not something that I should chase. It's not promoting life. So then that's not what I should aim for. And also, if it's not promoting harmony, if it's still basically doing damage, somehow to someone, if people are being mistreated from products that I'm doing, products that I'm eating or thing, is still not good. So I have to remember that it's not that title. That title helps me to realize where I'm trying to aim, but that's not the be all and end all kind of thing.
And there's loads of people that love the title of that, and also that's why I didn't like the term being woke. People love to be known as being woke. I'm so woke. It's like, if you were that woke, you wouldn't need to protest,
claim it all the time.
Look at me, I'm woke. You'd be minding your business, just in your own world, doing what you need to. You wouldn't need to, validation, I guess. You need to feel accepted and whatnot.
People out here worshipping.
People be out here worshipping.
Yeah.
All right. Well, didn't want to end on such a somber note, but to lift up our spirits.
You do, you know.
Yeah, I worship the sun, and I love the sun. You see, the other day, I was working from home, but it was sunny. I actually just went and stood in my garden and was just like, oh my God.
No,
but don't let them lie to you, because it will still be cold, you know.
I know, no, not even, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, I love the heat, but it's the sun itself just gives me life. If I wake up and it's sunny as well, my mood depends on the weather a lot as well.
No, that's me as well.
And I love the sun just...
No.
How can you be sad in the sun? It's just...
You know what, though? I started to realize why that is the case, though. And I feel like it kind of tied in with my faith. Then I started thinking, why do I get so upset around winter? Just the fact that it's raining, it makes me upset. Why is that? But then I realized that the reason why is because it's the season of death.
Yeah, true. Plants, everything. Because when you can say, why do you worship sun? It brings creates life. Yeah.
But the thing is, that is
true.
I'll say that it's not worshipping if you know what it's pointing towards or what it's pointing back to.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, as a Christian, you should know that the sun is only supposed to be like a reflection of the light that God gives.
Okay.
That kind of thing. So that's why we believe in Genesis. God said, "Let there be light."
Yeah.
And there's light. That's what it's supposed to be. So if you do see the light, and then you see, you enjoy summer, you enjoy spring. Spring is pretty much like the third day.
Sorry, this is unexplained.
Yeah, the fish on the beach.
And I thought it was a dream, maybe. They didn't expand on it.
Is it something to do with his dementia, or is it actually a vision, like a vision that he's getting from his dementia? Even
true. I don't know.
I didn't understand that. Even my mum was asking me, what did the fish mean?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it was his dementia, because then he spoke about even looking at the moon and it was giving him feet. I don't know.
Yeah.
But unanswered things. But anyway, sorry, you were...
Yeah, so, the way I just even look at the seasons, I started to realise that, it makes sense because it's pointing back to God. So let's say, for example, you have death in autumn, dying in autumn, I should say. That's the first day. The second day is the death, which is supposed to be Holy Saturday, where Jesus is buried. And then the third day is spring. So then that's when things come back to life.
Yeah.
And so I'm like...
That makes sense. Yeah.
So then, that's the reason why I started realising, this is all pointing back. And even our whole calendar is kind of molded around that. You know what I mean? Around the sun.
Yeah,
and the sun is supposed to... even in churches, they usually have the stained glass windows in the direction in which the sun rises, so that the sun
comes through
the window.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
Yeah. It is light. Yeah.
And to be honest, without the sun, without water, we wouldn't have life. So yeah, I wouldn't say as long as you remember that this object is supposed to point towards something higher, then it's not. I wouldn't say it's worship.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if you think of it as it is in itself, like, oh, this is the thing, then that's
No,
what it's worship.
there's something more. Yeah.
There's something more or something higher.
It has been brought, but something higher. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if there's anything else that we want to talk about.
No, I'm just going to finish watching the season.
No, now you're in the good episodes.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if there's anything that you guys would want to review next, since it's open, since after we release these two.
So we said Up.
Okay, that'll be our animation.
Yeah.
Should we start doing an animation and a TV series or like a film?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do it like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so animation, Up. I need to rewatch it. Is it on Netflix or is it on Amazon Prime?
I don't know.
I think it's on Amazon Prime.
It might be on Amazon Prime, then I might be able to see it.
I'll have to think about something else. I want to find something really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, until next time.
Until next time.
Thanks for coming.
See y'all.
Pic.Think. Pic.Think in free media.